Alright, are we up? Let's fucking join this. Hello?
Oh wait,
Yep.
Danny, I found where to put the
Yeah.
the box. Do you remember when we
Okay.
had the box?
Well, by the way,
Yeah,
we're
somewhere up
live.
here.
We're live right now.
What's up, man?
What up,
Alright.
live gang?
Yeah, we're live. On YouTube. Hi, everybody. So, as you can tell from the title, it says the After RANT because I am sick and tired of seeing. Get the fuck out of here, Windows. Jesus. Some would say that I'm mad because I didn't win my bets, but I really don't give a shit. What I give a shit about is the fact that there is no such thing as high level MMA coaching unless you're fucking Habib, evidently. Because why did I watch a man get dry humped for 5 rounds like he didn't have months to prepare for this fight, the same way DDP did? I just don't understand what these coaches are doing with them in the training room. You understand that another man is about to lay on top of you. Work on it. And that you might tell me, oh, well, they are probably working on it, but Islam and Hamzat are so good. I'm just at
Yeah.
such I'm just at such a loss for words. I have a million things to say and I have nothing to say all at the same time. It was truly fucking embarrassing to hear a high level MMA coach going, "Come on, man! You're only 1 round down. You're only 2 rounds down. 3 rounds. He's got three on you. You need to go out there. You need to stop being afraid." Tell him
Right
how
up.
to fucking win. Tell him exactly what he needs to do. Hey, dude, your leg is getting chewed up. You need to start checking it, or you need to start fucking getting out of the way. Switch your stance and stick to that stance unless that other leg gets chewed up. Otherwise, use your fucking brain and start checking the kick. Maybe start throwing a teep kick. I understand you're scared of the takedown, but guess what? That's what we had months to work on. Clearly, that didn't happen. I love jiu-jitsu. Love the jiu-jitsu community. Fuck Craig Jones. Because at the end of the day, it was your job to prepare him for this shit. You understand that the Dagestanis and basically all Russian grapplers are super susceptible to leg locks. You see it in every grappling match between a jiu-jitsu player and a sambo player. Jiu-jitsu wins every time because of leg locks. And you might tell me, "Oh, well, we did
Possible.
work on it. He just didn't have
I know.
enough
I
time
told
to
him I was
get good."
friendly,
Okay, hold
and they
on.
didn't shoot me. Go continue,
Yeah,
Jason.
I
You didn't
just
have time to get good.
maybe you didn't have time to get good. Maybe there's just not enough time for you to close the gap. You understand how fucking strong Islam is. If I am your coach, besides just in the fight,
Yeah, boss. As I told you, bro, these people, I'm getting shot, bro.
let's talk about before. Let's talk about what we would work on in the training room. First things first. I'm going to put you in the position that you're going to be in and you're going to work out of it, but not how you might think. Not, all right, we'll get a training partner
You
there
got
and they're
bullets?
going to not be as
No,
good
I ran
and
out.
then they'll just lay on top of you, yada, yada, yada. No.
Bro.
I need somebody
Mad
who's
weird
going
because
to
they just.
be on top of you. I need somebody who's going to be on top of you, hold you there, and you need to get fucking strong enough to get up from such a disadvantageous position so you don't get uncomfortable in the fight. So you're not like, oh my god, what the fuck do I do? Oh no, the world is falling down on top of me. I can't get up. You are another fully grown fucking man, letting another fully grown fucking man lay on top of you like he didn't come from a weight class below. I don't give a shit if Islam was taking creatine, John Jones nose powder, or fucking horse tranquilizers. There is absolutely no excuse at the highest level of MMA, at the highest level of
Bro.
MMA in a world championship fight that you should be getting dominated in that fashion. DDP, Jack Della Maddalena. But again, I don't even want to put so much blame on them as much as I want to put blame on their coaches for not knowing how to fucking coach. Truly, if he's getting his leg chewed up, you've coached long enough, I hope, or are experienced enough, I hope, to alert your fighter on how to deal with that issue. Hey Jack, I know you like to shell up like a fucking turtle, but you need to stop biting on all the feints. You are jumping backwards the same way John Jones did, or the same way Cyril Gahn did against John Jones. You are showing this man too much respect. You don't fucking believe in yourself. And now you're going through a little bit of adversity because your shin hurts because you were letting it get kicked. And now you don't know what the fuck to do. He looked like he was going to cry after the third round. He did. He literally, he fucking started crying. Like, I understand why you wouldn't want to put a fighter in the weight room because muscle might slow you down and, you don't want to waste as much time fucking powerlifting and doing all of that as much as you want to be working on technique. But when the strength gap is that big and you're trying to go for an octopus guard sweep, when Islam's arm is over your neck or holding your hand, clearly you didn't actually work on everything. Clearly, when you grappled, you weren't even wearing the fucking gloves. There are so many key factors that happen in that fight that you just go, there's no possible way that somebody prepared you for this. There's just no fucking way you actually spent months trying to figure out how to deal with this puzzle that is the Dagestani fighters. Hey, Jack, I'm gonna need you to start throwing jabs. You know and you understand your distance. Not only that, but you saw in the Dustin Poirier fight, he's going to grab onto your neck, get into that clinch, posture up, start throwing body shots. You have more power than Dustin Poirier. You've been fighting at this fucking weight class for longer. You've been heavier for longer. Do what either we were working on or figure it out your fucking self. Because your coaches are supposed to be there for you so you don't have to do so much of the mental heavy lifting to come up with all these game plans. And at this point, man, fighters might as well fucking do that. I think Jack needs to fire his entire coaching staff, either go to another gym, something, because there's no possible way you could go out there in this fight thinking that when you just shell up and not get hit that, yeah, all right, I'm still in this fight. No, you are not planning for the next step. You are not thinking about what you want to do. It's like Ilia Topuria said, all these fucking fighters are so comfortable throwing 1, 2, and maybe a 3. There's no follow-ups. There's no practice combinations of getting from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, understanding where to move your head, keeping your hand up there. You saw, like, you can clearly tell that these fighters don't work in these positions. I don't care what the fuck their coaches want to say, what their training partners want to say. You don't work in these positions because it makes you uncomfortable and you're fucking scared. Like, I don't even want to trash Jack as much as just fuck his entire coaching staff. Dude, you gotta hit him. You gotta hit the cunt. You gotta blast him in the face. With what? What punch? Is it a right? Is it a left? Is it a hook? Is it an uppercut? What is it? What punch are you referring to? What blast to the face are you referring to? You are supposed to be a coach. If you cannot enunciate the actual fucking terminology of martial arts to your fighter, stop being a coach. Please. DDP's entire coaching staff fired immediately. All of them. Terrible. Jack Della Maddalena's team fired immediately. All of them terrible. I can't believe I just had to watch Hamzat versus DDP 2.
Yeah.
Like that.
I was saying it at the beginning of the first round. I told you, I was like, Jason, this looks like Hamzat DDP.
I thought to myself too, I'm like, God, Jack just likes to shell up whenever he gets pressured. Maybe he throws an over right hand in an arcing fucking motion because he dips off to the left, keeps his hands up. Cool, he's defensively sound. But you know what he's fucking not? Offensively sound. And that's his coach's fault because they're letting him just get away with these tendencies. I understand that it's hard to start changing up your fighting style to, really be effective, and I understand all of those things. But what I don't understand is how you can have months to prepare for a single human being and the fight ends up like that. That is what I don't understand. Like, am I blowing this out of proportion? Am I just unwarrantedly whatever? Is my anger not warranted? Because I think it is. I think we really, the same way Islam said, I think we need to check all these black belts because all these people are fake black belts. I think we need to check these coaches because they're all a bunch of fucking fake coaches. There's just no fucking way.
It was a tough look tonight.
Dude, tough look is an understatement. I mean, I don't think they should ever be. I don't think his coaching staff should ever be allowed to coach anybody ever again. Honestly, there's just no way. Javi, if I'm coaching you to fight somebody and that fight ended up like that, fire me. Fire me. Honestly, there's just I can't get over it. I really can't. It's gonna keep me up at night. Like, what did you work on? Oh, well, we worked on the half guard position, or, Craig Jones was taking Jack's back, and, they posted a fake fucking video of Jack Darsing fucking Craig Jones and putting him to sleep. Like, dude, how about you do some actual fucking training? How about you actually work from these positions? Dude, Javi, if you are training for John Jones, I am literally your starting practice on your back, and I'm just gonna put somebody as heavy as you right on top of you. And your job is to learn how to Turkish get up with that amount of weight. That's your fucking training. Because when there is that much of a fucking strength discrepancy, when the size discrepancy is minimal, that that's a like that falls on the coaches. That falls on your training camp. Like, you did not prepare properly. I truly can't believe what I watched. And then everybody's like, Habib, I can't stand these Dagestani fighters. Well, guess what? When he's out there talking to his fighters, coaching them, he's actually fucking coaching them. Hey, get to the ground. When you get to the ground, you want to get that Kimura? Like, refer back to the Islam Makhachev and Dan Hooker fight. He's going for the Kimura. All right, you want to finish it? Step over the head. Step over the head. And he steps over the head. It might sound simple, but the coach gave direction. What direction did Jack Della Maddalena's coaches give him? Please give me a single piece of advice that was truly helpful in that fight for him.
You're down 3.
You're down 3. You're down 3. You gotta blast the cunt in the face. You gotta blast him. You gotta start believing in yourself. He's bullying you out there. He's bullying you. Great, man. That's great. He's bullying me. How do I stop him from bullying me? Because clearly the 3 months of preparation didn't help in helping me not have him fucking bully me. Like, what do you do at this point, man? What do you actually do? There is no reason for these Dagestanis to be this dominant. Besides them being susceptible to leg locks, it really is just a work ethic thing. Honestly, all credit to everybody who trains from the Caucasus region, because everybody else just doesn't want it as much. They really don't. And it's proven time and time and time again. Like, you think about training in America, there's just too much to fucking distract you. You're training in Australia, training in Europe. There's too much to distract you, and you never actually work on the basics. You never work on what actually works. You just want to look flashy. You want to look cool. You want to develop your own style. Guess what? That's all great and fun. But just like Roy Jones was all flashy and good and his style was great, just like Tony Ferguson was all good and flashy and great, once age catches up to you, once you are met with an opponent that is a brick fucking wall, you have to fall back on the basics. And you see that the GOATs across the board, no matter what sport it is, in jiu-jitsu, you have Hajar Gracie and Gordon Ryan. Their jiu-jitsu is so fucking basic that you're just like, oh, it's boring. It's boring because everybody goes, oh, it's so hard. John Mayer talks about, yeah, you can learn the guitar by learning to play a song, but that's not really learning the guitar. You need to learn scales. If you don't know how to play a G chord everywhere on a guitar, go ahead.
What? Going to this building.
Okay. If you don't know how to play a guitar from like play a G note or whatever from every part of the guitar, you don't know how to play the guitar. So you just see how basic Islam's takedowns are. His grappling is. It's nothing anybody can't deal with. The one special thing about it is he's that fucking strong. I'll give him like 100%. He's clearly ridiculously strong. But besides that, as I said, you want to deal with somebody who's stronger than you, get strong in those positions too. Get strong in them. Like, I feel like I, I don't know. Am I entitled to say anything? Who fucking knows? I haven't fought in the UFC. I haven't fought on a fucking professional stage, even in grappling. But the reason I've gotten so strong in, say, pull-ups
I
and
was like, I got shot
dips,
from this building.
the reason I've gotten so strong even in
I
pull-ups
escaped
and
with my
dips
life.
is quite literally it's a mindset thing of I kind of have to do this, and also playing around with it, understanding that if I don't get good at lifting this weight, then I'm never gonna lift it. If I'm never gonna progress, there was a time where I couldn't even do weighted pull-ups with 2 plates. Now I can do it with 4 plates. There was a time I couldn't do dips with 2 plates. Now I can do it with 5 plates, moving on to 6 plates. Why is that? Progressive overload. Do the same thing with somebody's body weight.
Get jacked is what you're saying.
Like if you want to work, if you're gonna tell me you're working on the position, I want to watch you get up from the worst position. Look at Derek Lewis. He makes you he goes jujitsu, bro. Jujitsu's not fucking real. Jujitsu does not work. Why? Because that man was in a full crucifix. I don't care if you want to say he was a heavyweight. That man was in a full crucifix by Roy Nelson with the belly
Turtle
of
crouch.
doom on his face, and he just got up. Why? Because he's strong enough. And
Right in front of me.
at the end of the day,
Right in
technique
front of
is
me.
fucking
I'm gonna be
great. Technique is awesome. Technique is great. But truly, if you don't have the strength because you don't have the size, either one, you're never
That's
gonna
where I'm
beat the
going.
other person. Oh God. I don't know. The entire fight card as a whole was, it was fun, it was
You look real
awesome.
quick?
I'm not mad about it. But otherwise, I mean, that main event just soured the taste in my mouth. It really did. I couldn't believe that that was actually happening. So we'll start from the very beginning. We got lightweight bout. We have Borshke versus Camilo.
Let's go.
Pretty close fight. Camilo ended up pulling ahead in the end, ends up winning the unanimous decision. Then we have Bizinger versus Bizinger versus I'm gonna call him Eric. Yeah, that was a brutal knockout. I don't know, man. He's good. Bizinger is good, but and I already know how this comment's gonna sound, but just like Carlos Prates, I think he's overrated. I think his tricks are working now, and that's good. And they might even carry him to a title because everybody else doesn't know how to fucking train, evidently.
I'm gonna down here.
But I don't know.
yeah, I'm coming down.
I'm not overtly impressed with him. Good fight. Got into the third round.
Robots.
Ended up being a knockout. The knockout was pretty vicious. It was pretty cool. Just kind of clipped him, stepped off to the side. Dude stiffened up like a board and face planted. We had Angela Hill versus Fatima Klein. That one was good as well. Fatima really showing that, besides Angela Hill being over the hill, she's got good skills of her own. She knows how to control a fight. She knows how to control a person on the ground. And her striking, while not the crispiest, was, it's on a route to getting better. So,
I got knocked out by Elon Musk.
What?
Yeah. The person's name in the game is Elon Musk.
Okay. What are you guys playing?
A very hard game that we have been dying and losing all our shit in, and it's really frustrating.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We have Pat Sabatini versus Chepe, and
I'm
that
on
one I
YouTube,
didn't
Jason.
watch. Did you?
No
What?
offense.
Okay, no, that's fine. What's it called? Did you guys see the Pat Sabatini fight? That one I
What's
didn't.
up?
That one I did not watch. It was a unanimous decision. Kyle Dawkins versus Gerald Mearshart. Now, our friend Adrian called this one like on the money. This man said Kyle Dawkins is gonna knock him down and then he's gonna darce him round one. Exactly what happened. That was a, I wouldn't say the craziest call because I mean a gust of wind and Gerald Mearshart's legs are doing the chicken dance, as Connor would say. But yeah, Kyle Dawkins again, another fighter I'm just not impressed with. I'm just really not impressed with most fighters nowadays. I think I think most of them not only are soft, but they have really low fight IQ, and I mean that's just it is what it is. That's why you have the special fighters rising to the top. The cream always rises to the top, and that's why they're on the early prelims. Moving on to the regular prelims, we had a really big fraud check in Malcolm Wellmaker versus Ethan Ewing. And let me say, man, I don't know, these odds as of late have really changed because of the whole betting scandals and everything. So you're not really seeing some crazy favorites and underdogs like you used to, which kind of sucks, but you know, is what it is. But Malcolm Wellmaker is a one trick pony where it's like he's never worked on any type of ground defense and transitions in his life. It's like he only learned how to throw a right hook because he saw Chama do it, and he's like, "Ooh, I want to be Chama, but with my right hand." And that's all good and great, but when that shit don't work no more, and you're not very well rounded, you end up getting what you saw, and that's a pretty bad loss in my opinion from a guy who fought on 48 hours notice and nobody even knew. And what, he was like the replacement or even second replacement for this fight. Just I don't even know how these fighters fucking prepare. I don't even want to know. Next up we have Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez, and I thought Tracy was going to win this one after hearing that they had fought before. I didn't know that this was a rematch, and Tracy was doing good. She was doing good until mommy got subbed in the second round at 4-4-4, almost like it was meant to happen. You're right where you're supposed to be. No, but Tracy Cortez was doing good on the feet. She was catching Aaron Blanchfield. Tracy Cortez's hands are good. She's fucking Mexican, so, you know, what do you expect? Aaron Blanchfield, Elmwood Park, baby, New Jersey. She did good. She ate shots. It's not like Tracy Cortez has knockout power. Most women don't across every fucking weight class unless you're Amanda Nunes or Cyborg or Jessica Andrade. But Erin Blanchfield really needs to work on that head movement. She really needs to, I wouldn't even say try to find confidence in herself. Just work on. I think they left. Yeah, I'm talking too much. But either way, just they really needed to. Yeah, they need to work on that head movement. That's their biggest problem. Next up, we have Roman Kopylov versus Gregory Rodriguez, and I don't know what Kopylov's chin is made out of, but fuck, I want to make my kitchen countertops out of it because that dude had his nose broken. It got shifted one way and then got shifted the other way, so it was completely screwed. There was just no fucking way that he was going to be able to breathe. He has blood pouring down his throat, and he still gave Rodriguez a run for his money. And yeah, while Gregory won, there were times where if Kopylov were to follow up a little bit more tactically, you know, more teeps up the middle, more front kicks up the middle, teeping at the knees, jabbing, and then, you know, getting out of there. More, I wouldn't even say at an angle, just because of RoboCop is so stiff that you can kind of stay right in front of him as long as you have distance, as long as you get distance and then blitz back in from there. But yeah, otherwise, good fight. Honestly, really good fight. Next up, we have Bo Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira, and Bo Nickel was out here to prove a point because he was very, very upset with the fans. You fricker frackers. You fricker frackers can go frick yourself, he said. And yeah, man. Good on Bo Nickel for going out there and showing that not only is he getting better with his hands, but his IQ is getting better. Now, he has some tendencies that are not fucking good, and they're gonna get him in trouble down the line if he doesn't fix it. And it's those low hands, dude. And I know, fighter, you can fight with low hands and it not be a problem, but the issue is when you have the tendency of dropping your hands more so than always having low hands. And his tendency of dropping his hands always comes after some combination, and that's when you're going to be vulnerable. You're most vulnerable when you're throwing punches, but you're also going to be very vulnerable when you're done. Because I mean, again, like Ilya Taporia said, all these fighters know how to throw a 1-2, maybe a 3, and if, God willing, God gave them a fucking brain or a good coach, Jack, they'll throw a 4. Do you have to string combinations together? You have to understand what pressure is from every perspective. But yeah, good on Bo Nickel for going out there and showing that his striking is improving. His fight IQ is improving. He doesn't go out there and he doesn't get overzealous. And then when he does smell blood, it's about finding that shot to really apply the pressure. And, he ended up finding it and putting Rodolfo Vieira out cold, dude. That was scary. It was like the Nasrat Hakparas knockout. Just done, out, dead. Headshot, dead. We'll get to that guy. Next up, we have another knockout. Benoit Saint Denis knocks out Beneil Dariush 16 seconds into the first round. Yikes, dude. Is there even much to recap about the fight besides the fact that, I mean, Beneil Dariush has been fucking 40 for 40 years. I don't know when he started graying, but the second he grew a gray hair, he should have retired because it's just been all the way down. Crazy how he beat Hanato Moicano, but Hanato Moicano dominated Benoit Saint. It's just MMA math, man. There's always triangles, honestly. It's the way we should be thinking about it, triangles. But moving on to Mr. Headshot Dead, Leon Edwards gets knocked out for the first time ever. Finished. Yeah, just Carlos Prates is overrated. I know he won. I know he won by knockout. I still think he's overrated. Maybe it's because I don't like his demeanor, and that's fine. But I'll give him credit in that his gas tank is really never an issue for a chain smoker, and you saw it in the Ian Gary fight. But I think he's so one-dimensional in his striking that I know Leon Edwards' jiu-jitsu is a little underrated, but to have Leon take your back like that, or at least kind of almost take your back, kind of had it sideways, because people are starting to figure out the figure 4 lock is kind of bullshit when you can just unlock it. You do give up your neck by doing it. It's not a end all be all solution in a sense, but yeah, I don't see, I guess, what other people see in Carlos Prates. I just see a guy who's long, who does know how to use his reach and apply pressure when needed. He's a sniper. He can find his shots. He's very precise, and he was very precise against one of the most precise strikers in welterweight history, Leon Edwards. But otherwise, the reason I just say he's overrated is he's just not well-rounded. I'm going to call everybody overrated who's not well-rounded. If your ground game just isn't there, if your clinch game isn't there, and you just know how to strike, kind of overrated. Because you're never really going... Like, you can even win a fucking world title just based off your hands, Jack Della Maddalena. But as soon as you get exposed for not being well-rounded, because your coaches don't know how to train you, Jack Della Maddalena and Dricus Duplessis, you get exposed. You run into a guy who knows how to do the thing that you're bad at, very good, and then you get dominated. So, all in all, Carlos Prates, I think he's also like 32. You know what I mean? He's starting to get up there. Not get up there in age. He still has time. I think he's just entering his prime now, which is good. He's gonna be able to compete with people in the welterweight division for a long time now, and unless he retires or he starts smoking even more and his lungs give out. But yeah, Leon Edwards, just retire while you're ahead. I know everybody wants to get a win and everything like that, but I don't know if you've made enough money. Maybe you want to make one last paycheck, but I think either this fight or the next fight that he fights should just be the end. Just end it. Enough. No need to take this type of damage. Next up, we have Sean Brady versus Michael Morales. And this one, while not the most surprising outcome, I mean, it just shows you what happens when you are well-rounded and you know how to deal with things. So Michael Morales' parents were judo world champions and referees and everything, so he's not afraid of the clinch game. He's not afraid of the takedown threat. He was prepared for it and he was leaning forward and he adjusted his game plan in accordance with his opponent, which is what you're supposed to do. And he was able to stifle almost everything that Sean Brady really had to throw at him. Sean Brady, showed the smallest of glimpses of maybe being technical, kind of, but I mean, all in all, Michael Morales just went out there and showed that being athletic and believing in yourself. Believe in yourself. You gotta blast them in the face. Um, this fight's gonna fucking keep me up tonight, I swear to God. But yeah, Michael Morales went out there, disposed of him very quickly, 3 minutes, 27 seconds into the fight, and I mean, what more needs to be said besides the Ninja Turtle didn't show up with his weapons, Michael Morales is very, very powerful. There are some issues, that type of fighting style, while it did work, it's not going to work against every heavy wrestling fighter. It's just not, an all-around perfect approach. It's a good one. It's not the same thing that's going to work against Islam. Honestly, I don't think. I think the thing that's going to work against Islam is to get him to bite on a lot of feints, which is going to be hard because Islam has very good eyes. He has a very high fight IQ where he doesn't bite on a lot of feints. He'll just, when certain things happen, he'll just, okay, cool. He's just moving a fucking line. He understands that you're wasting energy by doing that. But I think Michael Morales is going to pose I think Sean Brady himself would have posed a very big threat to Islam Makhachev. Carlos Prates, I mean, if he can catch Islam, sure, but I think he gets subbed by Islam after seeing that. Carlos Prates' ground game is just I just don't think he's even remotely strong enough to kind of deal with most of Islam's attacks. Fucking creatine Islam is a new mythical fighter, I guess. But yeah, Michael Morales has the speed. He has the IQ. He has a fucking chin. He has a lot of good attributes that puts him in a very good position to be able to beat somebody like Islam. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see. I mean, there's people in the welterweight division that are gonna give Islam problems. I think Islam just beat his easiest matchup in the welterweight division. Funny enough. Next up, we have Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. And if China didn't have laws against their citizens having guns, Weili could have fucking used one in that 5th round. because Jesus Christ was the size difference really evident. Not only just in the first round, but by the end, dude, you felt kind of bad. That feisty little Asian bitch was giving it all she could, and I loved it. But Valentina Shevchenko showing she might be the fucking goat. You're gonna have Nunes versus Harrison fight, and regardless of who wins, if Nunes wins, do you make that fight again? Do you make the Shevchenko Nunes fight and put everybody to sleep? I don't know, but yeah, all in all, this fight was basically like the main event, just in woman version. Uh, so yeah, not much to say besides Zhang Weili went out there. She tried her best. She got dropped in the first with that knee. She tried getting in, and it definitely dropped her. It wasn't just a momentum pushback. That was a devastating knee, and she handled it well, better than than Tracy Cortez, because some people might have thought that Tracy Cortez gassed after the first, which just wasn't the case. There was a body kick that led up to the finish where, it was very audible. And once she got hit with it, it was much worse than she let on. But that's why the takedown from Erin Blanchfield landed so easily. So, yeah, all in all, Zhang Weili, maybe go back down to strawweight, try to reclaim your crown there. Maybe she doesn't want to cut all that weight. Maybe she's done with it, but sorry, it is 2:14 in the morning, and I plan on going on a 6-7 part rant on why Jack Della Maddalena needs to fire all his coaches and find a new team. Why Dricus du Plessis needs to fire his coaches and find a new team. But yeah. Yeah, moving on to the main events. I know I talked about it in the beginning, but dude, Jack looked like he wanted to cry after that third round. It was crazy, dude. He's bullying you, son. He's bullying you. What are you gonna do about it? Fuck me, man. I'm probably gonna make a video with Hyro, and if you guys haven't seen Hyro's a big ass motherfucker. Same with Javi, and I just want to go over what it is that Jack should have done in training, not even just in the fight. I want to go over what it is that you have to train, what it is that you have to do if you want to deal with somebody like an Islam, if you want to deal with these Dagestani fighters. And it's really not just their technique, dude. They are fucking strong, especially Islam. Islam is so strong, retard strong, But you need to work on your Turkish get-ups, my guy. You need to work on your fucking bench press. I think Robbie Lawler said it best and had the best game plan, in a sense of, listen, man, I know how to fight. I need to get in shape, and I need to make sure I'm strong enough to deal with any type of position somebody wants to put me in. That's why nobody fucking held Robbie Lawler down, besides in his early career when his mind just wasn't there. It wasn't fully formed like it was when you got fifth round Robbie Lawler. But yeah, dude, just all around, I just think it's so embarrassing to have a fight go like that when you were a grown-ass man who has had months to game plan against another grown-ass man. So, on that note, I am gonna end this. But I'm gonna talk about this again soon because, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. I really hope to never see some shit like that again. I want to post a public PSA that, hey man, if your coaches aren't really coaching you, if they don't really know how to coach you, if they're not giving you the proper instruction in the fight, like, hey, you need to keep distance. How are you gonna keep distance? Start throwing teeps. Let's go over the combinations that we went over in training. You need to throw 2 teeps. The second teep, he's probably going to grab, or he's probably going to, react to that one, close the distance. You need to throw out a stiff jab. You need to get off, at an angle, not just go backwards into the fence, and then he gets around your waist and he takes you down because he scoops up your leg with his leg, and then he starts crawling on you, and now you just have to be defensive and get a 2-on-1, and oh my god, he's so strong. I wish my father held me like this when I was a child. It I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fucking idiot. It's perfectly, I might just be a fucking idiot, but yeah, I'm gonna make a video on how to work on building strength in these positions because it's not fucking difficult. You just actually have to work on it, and you need to get uncomfortable. You need to understand that doing this when an opponent throws a 2-3 piece combination at you, and then go, yeah, I almost threw that punch at you. I almost fucking did something. Never gonna win you a fight ever. So that's basically it. We'll be back. I'll be back with the other Kukumangas. We'll probably be playing RV there yet as well on the channel. Yeah. Okay.